All right, if we're trying to find percent increase and percent decrease, so the percent increase represents that ratio of the actual increase amount divided by the original amount. Or what it increased from, right? So that's the ratio. And then percent decrease would just be whatever the decrease is, or the decrease amount, or the actual decrease. And then that's going to be divided by the original amount. So sometimes it's the starting amount, but it's the amount that you start with, the original amount. So for all these problems, we just want to get this ratio, and then we'll convert to a percent. So let's look through these first two here. Practice 5, it says the number of people attending the local play, Peter Pan, increased from 285 on Friday to 333 on Saturday. Find the percent increase. So the first thing we need to do is find the actual increase. So we can do that by just finding the difference between 333 and 285. So we're going to take 333 and subtract 285. And so when you do that, you get 48. So when I set up my ratio for the percent increase, it's the actual increase. Well, in this case, it was 48. And then I want to divide by the original amount. So it increased from 285 on Friday. So 285 is going to be my original amount. So the percent increase so I just want to convert this to a percent. So if I put this in the calculator, I get 0.1684. 21, and then a bunch of other numbers. Well, we want to round to the nearest tenth of a percent. So that if I convert this to a percent, move the decimal place over twice. So that's where the percent is. So 8 would be the tenth of a percent. So I need to round to this to 8, and if the 4 tells me to leave it, so this is going to be approximately 16.8%. So this would be a 16.8% increase. All right, so practice 6, a town with a population of 20,200 in 2003 decreased to, so we have a decrease to 18,483 from 20,200. So the first thing I need to do is find the actual amount, or the actual decrease amount, right? So I just need to find the difference between the 20,200 and the 18,483. So if you subtract that, you should get 1,717. So this is my actual decrease. So the ratio of the percent decrease is going to be the actual decrease, which was 1717, and then divided by the original amount. Well, it started in 2003, it started with a population of 20,200. So this would represent my percent decrease. So if I plug that in the calculator, it comes out to be 1,717 divided by 20,200 comes out to be 0.085 exactly. So just converting this to a percent, moving this over 2 decimal places, this would be equal to 8.5%. And this would be an 8.5% decrease. All right, so again, we want to find the actual amount, the actual increase divided by the original amount or the starting amount. So let's try a couple more problems from the textbook that deal with percents. So if we look at number 30, and it can sometimes be misleading, it says a union contract calls for a 6.5% salary increase for all employees. Determine the increase and the new salary that a worker currently is making under the contract, under this contract can expect. So the 6.5% salary increase basically tells me that in my proportion, the percent, which is the 6.5 over 100, the amount is the same. So this would be the salary increase amount, the actual salary increase, divided by the original or starting salary, right? Original salary. So just from that statement, the percent, the 6.5% is the salary increase. I know I can set up my proportion this way. So to solve this, the salary increase is what I'm looking for. So maybe we'll just call that, well, I can do the salary increase divided by the original salary, which is in this case 58,500. That's supposed to be equal to then 6.5 over 100. So to solve this, I just have to multiply both sides by 58,500. So the salary increase would equal 6.5 over 100, which is 0.065 times the 58,500. And if I do this on my calculator, I get 3,802.50. So this is the actual salary increase. And so the new salary would just be the old salary plus that increase. So the new salary, I would just take the old salary, which is 58,500, and add the increase, which is 3,802.50, to get the new salary, which is 62,302.50. So again, this is just a proportion of increase. Take the salary increase divided by the original salary to get 6.5%. So we can use that to solve. And then let's do our last one here, number 54. It says, as the largest healthcare occupation, registered nurses held about 2.7 million jobs in 2010. The number of registered nurses is expected to be 7.1 million by 2020. So obviously it's going up, and they want us to know what's the percent increase. So the first thing we need to do is find the actual increase. And that's just taking 7.1 and subtracting 2.7 to get 4.4 million. So everything is in terms of millions, but that's how much it actually increased, was 4.4 million. So to find the percent increase, I'm just going to take the actual increase, which is 4.4, and divide it by the original amount. So the original amount would be the starting amount, or the 2.7 million jobs in 2010. So this would be 2.7. So if I put this on my calculator, 4.4 divided by 2.7 is equal to 1.629629, and then a bunch more. So we want to convert this to a percentage, and it says we want to, what is the percent increase? So we can probably round it to the nearest percent. If we move 2 decimal places, that would be here. And if we round to the nearest percent, the 9 would make me change the 2 to a 3. So the percent increase would be approximately 163%. This would be a 163% increase. So again, using percent increase and percent decrease, I always want to find the actual amount of the decrease and then divide it by the original amount, or the starting amount.